Losing a woman's respect is the fastest way to lose the woman herself and to lose yourself as well. So let me give you 3 mistakes that if you're making them, and I'm sure you are, you will never gain her respect. Mistake 1, not distinguishing between seeking approval and seeking advice. Let me explain something important about women. A woman is a being who loves to help and enjoys the idea of offering help. And one of the strongest ways for her to bond emotionally with someone is through giving support. The problem most guys fall into is that they ask for advice in a way that makes them appear as if they're actually seeking approval. And by the way, asking a girl for advice is one of the fastest ways to create a connection with her, whether in the short term or long term. Meaning, if you like a girl and want to get her attention, just ask her for advice and you'll see how she starts becoming more engaged in the conversation with you. But you must distinguish between seeking advice and seeking approval. Most men don't realize how easy it is to cross that line. At some point, every guy finds himself asking a girl for her opinion about something. That's not wrong. If you're in a relationship, you'll face situations where consulting her makes sense, especially if it affects both of you. A man who ignores everything his partner says is a fool. But the problem isn't in the question itself. It's in why you're asking it, because many men don't actually ask to hear her opinion. They ask to be reassured that they're making the right decision. They phrase it with things like, "What do you think if I go out with the guys tonight?" Or, "Do you think I should accept this opportunity?" But underneath the words, what they're really saying is, "Will this upset you? Will this create tension?" And the moment a man starts making decisions through that filter, how will she react? He's no longer making decisions based on his values and principles, but based on fear. And this is something women notice very quickly, sometimes even before you do. Once your decisions are based on pleasing her, she becomes the center of your life. She might not say anything. She might smile, play along, and pretend everything is normal. But the respect starts leaking away the moment she sees that you need her approval to be who you are. And what makes it worse? Because you're trying so hard not to upset her, you become easier to manipulate, more predictable. And women, consciously or not, will test this. Now, in short, what do I want you to take from this? When you're talking to a girl and you want to ask for her opinion about something you're planning to do, don't ask because you're afraid of her reaction. Ask because you genuinely want her opinion. Your decisions shouldn't be based on her happiness. That's for the decisions related to your own life. For example, you want to travel or go out with your friends. Don't ask her opinion or wait for her approval. Now let's talk about the decisions that involve both of you. And I want you to increase your focus in this part of the video and listen to every word I'm about to say, because I'm about to give you a golden piece of advice I want you to remember for the rest of your life. Let's say you want to go to the movies and you tell her, "Let's go," and she says no. In this case, what should you do? My friend, here lies the difference between a leader and a follower. So listen carefully. If she says, for example, "No, let's go to the pool," and you listen to her and go to the pool with her, what happened here is that you both ended up going where she wanted to go, meaning she became the leader. Maybe you will see that she's happy because she got what she wanted, but at that very moment, you've lost her respect and lost your leadership, and she will continue treating you this way until one day you'll find yourself unable to lead her and you'll have completely lost her respect. What you should do in this case is refuse to go to the pool and tell her, "I want to go to the movies." In some cases, she will reject your suggestion again and say, "No, let's go to the pool." In that case, you must say to her respectfully, "No, I don't want to go to the pool, but if you want to go, go ahead. I'll go to the movies," and then go to the movies alone. In this way, with time, she will stop opposing you and she'll start accepting your leadership and following you wherever you go. And I won't be able to get into more detail because this is a separate topic, and I'll make a video specifically about leadership in the future. If you want that, please let me know in the comments so I can prepare it quickly. And what I want you to understand from all of this is her emotions shouldn't control your life. For example, in the case of the pool and the movies, if you want to go to the movies and she wants to go to the pool, it makes no sense for you to put her desire above your own. And I know this might sound a little narcissistic, but sorry, she wants you to be like this. She wants you to be the leader, and the only way to be the leader is exactly this. And if you have a problem with that, blame the nature that made her this way, not me. Mistake 2, sending the girl the message that you expect her to reject you. How? For example, a girl posts a picture with a guy and you say to yourself, "She posted a picture with a guy, so that means she doesn't want me." And what do? You start talking to her about that picture. Or for instance, she didn't reply to your message, so you go talk to her about it. In doing so, you're sending her the message that you expect her to reject you, meaning she didn't respond. And you start talking to her about why she didn't, and you begin to invent scenarios in your head. When you do that, you're sending her the message that you expect her to reject you. But before I explain what you should do, I need to clarify something important. This is a golden rule. Memorize it well. All girls in this world, any girl on the face of this earth, loves to make you feel like you haven't impacted me yet. Yes, she may show you that she's interested in you, but it is impossible for her to show you early on that she's emotionally attached to you or wants a relationship or anything serious. This is a behavior girls especially exhibit at the beginning to test whether or not you'll lose confidence in yourself. And she does this unconsciously. She may seem like she likes you, but she won't show you that she wants you or that she's deeply attracted to you. Because look, the girl is a fragile being and she wants you to be strong. Now imagine she didn't respond to you and you got upset. That means she's now more powerful than you. So why would she be attracted to you? She wants strength. That means you need to outpower her in this area. And if you succeed, then you've won the girl. So how should you deal with this situation? I'll give you a filter I want you to start applying to how you view life. Whenever a girl rejects you or tries to give you the impression that she doesn't want you, remember me and say to yourself, she's doing this to make it look like she doesn't want me, to test my confidence in myself. And that's it. Stay fine on that basis, always, until the day you die. And never talk to her about this. The moment you feel like the girl is trying to convince you she'll reject you, whether by delaying her reply, trying to make you jealous, talking about her ex, or a celebrity crush, don't focus on it and don't start discussing it with her. And by the way, even though girls often do this unconsciously, you, as a man, must be aware of the girls who do this in an exaggerated way, meaning she constantly tries to make you feel jealous and lies to you a lot. And I understand that this point is a bit outside our topic, but it's important I explain it to you. Let's say you just started getting to know a girl, and in an attempt to build a real connection, you begin to open up and share your personal side with her. And during this interaction, you notice that she starts testing you in a way that's disrespectful or tactless. There's no relationship between you two, and yet she's already making things hard for you. Why? Now, just because she's interested in you, since she's testing you in the first place, that doesn't mean you should accept it and put up with it. If she behaves in a way that screams toxic, drama queen, or manipulative, walk away. Yes, you could play her game, tease her, and try to outsmart her to build attraction, but at what cost? Acting that way automatically lowers your standards, which guarantees you'll keep attracting that same type of woman. When you set clear boundaries and have strong standards, you send the world a message that you know what you want and that you're fully prepared to walk away from anything that doesn't match it. Manipulative men and nice guys don't do that. Manipulative men attract drama queens because they relate to them on that level. Nice guys attract bossy women, gold diggers, and controlling girls because they have no real boundaries. Learning how to outsmart a girl who insists on testing you from the beginning is a waste of time if you're looking for the right kind of girl. If you have high standards for what you want to experience with a woman, you're far more likely to attract a high quality woman who wants the same thing. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Mistake-free, leaning before it's time. Leaning on a woman for emotional support and security before she has developed a healthy amount of respect and attraction towards you is a guaranteed way to lose her. While opening your heart and showing vulnerability to a woman can be a great way to build intimacy, it's considered emotional suicide if the proper foundation hasn't already been established. A woman needs a certain level of certainty and trust in you before you are allowed to show her your most vulnerable side. Women are nurturing and supportive by nature, but that nurturing and support don't come for free. It must be earned. A high quality woman is more than willing to stand by her man through thick and thin, as long as he has proven himself to be worthy of her support. And if you lean on a woman before she's fully sure about you, then in her eyes, you are showing weakness. And if you haven't already convinced her of your strength before that moment of vulnerability, fear and anxiety will begin to creep into her mind, and it may push her to test you. If you show weakness too early in the relationship, she may feel the need to test you just to determine whether that moment of weakness was an isolated incident or a recurring part of your personality. I came across a great example of this on a popular women's dating advice website, where the author shared a situation she experienced when she tested a young man who showed weakness far too early. She said that during her high school years, there was a young man she was interested in, and he opened up to her emotionally by telling her how he felt when he approached his father's casket at the funeral. The young man broke down, crying in front of her. Although she sympathized with him to some extent, she admitted that she felt unsettled by his emotional display. She had seen this young man's weakness very early in their budding relationship, and worse still, she was too young to know how to deal with it. A few days later, when the young man returned to his normal self, he asked her for a photo of her because he was amazed to have found such a wonderful girl to be with. Wanting to give him a second chance to prove himself again after the previous weakness moment, she decided to test him. She told him to stay up all night until one of her favorite songs came on the radio, promising that she would give him the picture as a reward. Of course, the poor guy fell into the trap and did what she asked. She lost all attraction toward him and broke up with him a few days later. Had he challenged her unreasonable request, or simply waited until she became more emotionally invested before revealing his deeper side, she wouldn't have pushed him away. In the early stages of a relationship, some women aren't ready to deal with the full spectrum of a man's emotional side. Yes, we men have insecurities, and we would love to be with a woman who accepts us as we are, but the harsh truth remains. Exposing your soul to a woman who hasn't yet seen your strength and confidence can backfire on you. My books and online course are linked in the description, and if you're still watching up to this point, I just want to say I love you. This was The Dark Needle, and I'll see you in the next video.